What's up, YouTube? ODST General back again, and today, guys, I want to thank Playway and Overload Games for providing me a copy of Cinemaster Cinema Simulator. I do apologize if I sound a little odd. I'm coming down very quickly with a cold, and I'm already kind of plugged up and everything, but I also feel like I'm going to lose my voice here soon, so we're going to try and get this knocked out while I still can talk. Man, I was excited for this game, guys. I didn't see too much on it. I just basically saw the game existed. I'm a bit of a cinephile, not like super huge, but enough so that when I saw there was a movie theater video game, I was down. Man, this game, the longer I play it, the more frustrated I get, though, guys. I got to be honest with you. I'm not really sure where I want to even really fully start with this because there's so many issues I want to try and address. Okay, so let's pull up the menu. So, from a management perspective, the game's fairly good. It's got all the kind of standard things you'd expect from a lot of these simulator games. You've got cashiering, you've got stock you have to manage, you've got basically serve guests for certain items that they request. In this case, you have to fill popcorn, they'll request certain kinds of drinks, things of that nature. Candy bars, stuff of all sorts of different kinds of things that you unlock and you progress. There is upgrades to the theater that you can do, which I haven't actually done any of these yet. But you can get stuff like 3D and all sorts of other things, which actually need to try and do one of these tomorrow at the start of the day, I guess. But where this becomes very frustrating for me is a couple of aspects of this. One is this is a movie theater video game. What in my mind makes this very unique is the fact that it's based around the movies. There's a billion of these simulators at this point. All of them have a lot of the same mechanics. They've got cashiering, stocking, all this other stuff. And yeah, that's stuff that needs to happen at a movie theater. It's going to happen anywhere you're doing retail. You have stock, you have inventory you got to manage, you got to sell the products to the customer. But I feel like the theater itself should be the focus. Like, that's where this should be interesting, you know? And you do have those management aspects to it. It's just, like, you go in here and you have movies that you can buy. There's a whole bunch of movies. First of all of these look to be AI-generated images. I don't hate AI-generated stuff. I think this would be better if it was created by a person. But, you know, assume this is like a single developer working on this. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt here and say, okay, fine, whatever. It's AI-generated. Not the end of the world. Do think that could be better, though. But then you buy these movies and you only buy a limited amount of them. They're kind of pricey. It's like $650 and you get 10 showings of a movie, which is okay. And, you know, these movies do have management aspect to them, so you get the limited thing, you have to balance them. You set what time the showings are at. I love this. I actually like this part of it a lot. You know, you have trending movies, so you have basically stuff. Certain movies are more popular, so you want to ideally show these most popular movies. In this case right now, I'm trying to show this Autumn Heart 1. I don't have these other two unlocked as of right now. And this one requires a 3D theater, which I don't have, and it doesn't say that on there. It says somewhere else, but I didn't realize that, like, I couldn't show the 3D movies in 3D only, so I need to get a theater upgrade for that. Now, that's all fine and well. But you go into these movies, and unlike, say, something like Gas Station Simulator, which just released their drive-in theater DLC, these are just some short clips that play. From what I've seen, they break. They just, like, stop, and it'll keep playing music, but then it's just like a still image on the screen. It's just a JPEG player at that point. And it's crazy to me because, you know, on Gas Station Simulator, a game about gas stations, had better movies than the movie theater video game. You know, yes, they're 100-year-old videos. Yes, I would love to see more updated stuff. I'd love to see them say, hey, you know, some college art student or whatever, hey, do you guys want your movie to be in our game? You know, would you be willing to do that? And, you know, we'll credit you, throw it up like actual credits on the screen. You guys get all that, you know, maybe, you know, pay a small percentage of royalties, whatever. I don't know. That's the way I would personally love to see them do it. Say, hey, we're going to have this. We're going to include a bunch of like short movies from college students, whatever. Again, Gas Station Simulator allows players to upload custom videos. That would be fantastic here if they said, hey, up to 20-minute videos or even longer if possible. I'd love that. That doesn't happen. It's just, as far as I can tell, it's the same clip every movie, or same set of clips. It's supposed to be the biggest part of this, and it's the worst part. And then the other issue I've really gotten frustrated with is the employees. We've got our cleaner here. He's the only useful employee, and you can tell it's not the greatest. He looks kind of raggedy. He's got his cheap suit, and he's got his garbage bag that's like stuck to his hand. And he's clipping through his face and everything. It's not amazing. The other two you have are cashier and stocker. So if I go into staff here, we've got our stocker, who it says restocks the products as they run low and places them on their designated shelf. Okay, that sounds great in practice, and it is nice because if you order items, you get them in a bunch of boxes over here, and it's a bunch of running back and forth. So having a stocker that will run that stuff back and forth to the designated shelves, it sounds great. Here's the issue. There is no shelf designation. All of this stuff, like where this is all kind of matching, this is all manually done by me. The AI will just come and start placing stuff on these shelves. Anywhere there's a gap, it will just start placing stuff, and it's not necessarily going to be the same thing. And to me, which is kind of more frustrating, is they'll go out and just order stuff on their own, regardless of whether or not I think we need it. So I had some popcorn here. We've got our corn pack here that we pop into popcorn. I don't go through this very fast. The AI is like, oh, we need a bunch of boxes of that, and ordered a whole bunch of boxes of it and just started throwing it on the shelf over here. And it's like, okay, well, I don't use it very often, so I don't need it like front and center, as opposed to like, say, these candy bars or even those crackers there, where I'm using that frequently. I'm selling that to customers. So I want that stuff close by so I can basically just turn around and sell it here at the register and just grab it as I'm going back and forth instead of having to like run back over here to get it. Because each of your interactions with the customers is timed as you're selling stuff. And they get frustrated and you lose happiness. As you can see, I've got a lot of unhappy customers, in part because of wait time and in part because of available snacks, which I'll get more into in a second. But yeah, so they'll just throw stuff up wherever, and they'll order stuff that you didn't order, you didn't ask them to. It's pretty frustrating, and I really hate the stocker. Almost as much as I hate the cashier. So we have our cashier here. Now, you'll get a line of people. Having the cashier would be very, very handy. I would love to have the cashier on hand so I could kind of split my focus. I wouldn't mind stocking the shelves as much if there was a cashier to kind of help cover the register while my back's turned and people start walking in. The issue with the cashier is that they won't take stuff from this cola or the popcorn. They won't make the stuff themselves like a human player would. They will only take stuff off of shelves, which means that if you want to sell popcorn and soda and not have people angry because their snacks aren't available, you need to pre-make your drinks. You need to pre-make your popcorn. It is the dumbest thing. And then you need to put them on a shelf. Technically, it doesn't need to be on a shelf. It can just be on the counter like this. But say, like, this drink right here. Sometimes they'll just walk over here and grab it. Sometimes they'll come here and they'll walk around really slowly. Just casually walk around. Grab this. And go back. And again, bear in mind, they're getting time that whole time they're doing that. And the customer gets angry, again, if you take too long. So it's not ideal. And honestly, I've lost hundreds of dollars in sales because it took me a while to realize the cashier wasn't selling popcorn and soda. I didn't realize immediately because my attention was focused elsewhere. And yeah, so I've had to fire the cashier because it's a money loss. It is a big money loss too. Um, yeah, I don't understand like why the cashier wouldn't just make the drinks automatically. I don't understand why I have to like stock this, which means I need more shelves. I want to need a shelf for basically each size of popcorn, and then you have to like times three this because not only is somebody going to potentially buy each of these sizes here for popcorn, for instance, there's sauces. There's a cheese sauce and a caramel sauce, or caramel, however you want to pronounce it. So I'm not just stocking three of these. I'm having to currently stock, 9 of these on the shelves. And then, yeah, same thing with the drinks. I just got the Orange Blast. So again, there's 3 different drink flavors, 3 different sizes. And it's pretty ridiculous. I'm actually very, very frustrated by that fact. That you have to like pre-make it, and then you have shelves of popcorn, and like you need to buy a bunch more of these coolers and have a bunch of coolers of drinks. It's not the end of the world, but you have to buy these things, and especially like earlier on, it kind of makes in a way the cashier a non-starter because it's like, okay, well, I need another fridge because the only way I can keep this stocked is if I have basically this whole entire thing dedicated to water for a day, and I still have to restock it. So I need basically probably another 2 fridges, so that's another like $400. And then there's other stuff like this, like there's decorations here. So this is a movie theater poster, which if I come in here, it's under decorations. It's movie poster. Okay, cool. Movie theaters have posters. This place feels very barren to me. I'd love to decorate it more. This thing cannot be placed anywhere. It is red everywhere I've tried to place it. I've even taken it outside here to try and place it. It doesn't place anywhere. It's ridiculous. I don't know if there was any testing on this, to be honest with you guys. There's people who love this game, I guess. But a lot of those people, I think, played the demo, and they probably didn't get as far as I did. They didn't start getting into some of these unlocks and stuff. Because as you get into this stuff, it's terrible. It is freaking awful, and it's such a shame because I love the premise of this game. I could have so much fun in this game, I think. There's so many problems, and I have a feeling there's a bunch of problems I have yet to find. Let's go ahead, let's end the day. I guess let's try this one more time. I want to try this before we start. Maybe it's an issue of being before the day or something. I don't know. It doesn't look to be the case now. That's frustrating. You got decoration. I spent money on it. It doesn't work. The decorations don't work, guys. Let's try this. Again, I haven't messed with this at all. We've got screen level. I haven't messed with that. I haven't messed with AC. I want to show a 3D movie. So we're gonna purchase 3D, and hopefully I can change my sessions. So we've got this. Now there is a negative for showing in the morning. I'm fine with that. I actually think that's great because, movie theaters are slower in the morning. And yeah, we'll do this. We'll alternate showings. So we only have the one room here, right? So we'll just alternate showings between the two. And I do believe today is Thursday. It says Wednesday's finished, so I'm guessing that's right. And we can just, for right now, set this like this here. And yeah, and it'll show that there. Now, this is, again, my first 3D movie, so I haven't messed with this yet. I presume that will now be all sell 3D glasses. There is some other nitpicks. I'll kind of get into that here as we start this, and we actually start to play here, because I do want to show this off to you guys. So let's go ahead, and I think we're in a position to start here. Just double check. Most of our stock's good. We're a little low on milk chocolate, so we'll probably order some of that real fast before we get going. Do a half order. You can order up to 20 at a time of something. So you can see this this particular box will carry up to 6 of them. We've got 10, so we got a box of 6 and a box of 4. You can only carry 1 box at a time. There is an upgrade for a cart. I haven't messed with the cart. From what I've heard, it's actually worse than just carrying the boxes back and forth yourself like this, though. At the higher levels, maybe that's different. I don't know how many you can stack onto it or anything like that. I just saw that that was one of the player complaints, was that the cart was very inefficient. So we get some empty spots, but that's fine. It's a double shelf of it, so I'm okay with that. And we've got a billion boxes of dark chocolate here that are way over ordered. What do we have back here? More crackers? Okay. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So we'll go ahead, we'll start the day. And we've got some time left to session 1 start, so session 1 is our first movie. Now, some changes I would like to see, a little bit more variety in the checking out of people here. It looks like we've got our first customer here. So you'll see the customer's going to come up. They've got a bar. The bar progresses pretty rapidly, as you guys can see, so we need to get in here and order. So yeah, B5. We'll print that out. Put that there for them. They've got a food order here, so they want a mega popcorn and normal lemonade. And I'm probably not going to worry too much about this person expiring at this point. I'm already kind of over it. I do want to try one thing, though, just for efficiency's sake. I want to put that up there. I have 2 of those going at once. So we got a candy bar, and then, yeah, 3D glasses. Which I presume everybody for this movie is going to need 3D glasses. They drop cash. You have to pick up each of the things of cash individually. It's a little annoying. I wouldn't mind so much. It would be kind of cool to maybe have an upgrade where you get like a card reader upgrade just to not have to pick that up. It's not the worst thing by any stretch, but it would be kind of just a minor little thing. I wouldn't mind having like a card reader or whatever. Yeah, everybody pretty much orders snacks. For a while there, the snacks were all very much the exact same order. Like, everybody got water and a drink and stuff. Now that I've gotten some more snacks, it's gotten a little bit more variety. I still wouldn't mind maybe a little bit more variety in how people order stuff. It'd be kind of neat to actually have people ordering for different showings, and you have to actually, like, pay attention to the showing. They only order for the showing they're there for. So they won't come in early to ever order for a different showing that's, like, later on or something. That would be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind that. Did I not give you your ticket? I did not, did I? Yeah, so he's angry because I didn't serve him faster. I go a teeny bit faster here. Just, again, I'm trying to split my attention between talking to you guys and doing this, but it is very fast-paced. The game does not give you much time to breathe, unfortunately, either, which is, in of itself, kind of frustrating. I don't mind faster pace. I kind of like it, actually, but I know a lot of other people were complaining Gas Station Simulator is too fast-paced, and this is definitely a lot worse, especially if you're trying to, like, split your attention like I am right now between talking and actually serving these people. I'm not really reading anything beyond like the number there. What I was doing earlier is I was saying this stuff out loud just to kind of help myself remember, but not doing that right now. Got normal orange juice. No! Ah, crap. Looked slightly off. Got the wrong drink. We need water, crackers, and 3D glasses. And of course, you can only get one item at a time, too, which is kind of frustrating, because it's like, realistically, I could probably grab most of this with one hand. Like, I could get the crackers, the 3D glasses, and the water very easily in a single trip. You know, maybe the popcorn and the drink, I would say, yeah, maybe that's a separate thing, but it is a little obnoxious having to carry each of these individually. Is it more mini caramel popcorn, right? Yeah. Dark chocolate and 3D glasses. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is the time really doesn't seem to extend out based on how much stuff they're ordering. So even though these people are ordering more, I've got just as much time as if somebody was ordering a single item, which is kind of ridiculous. And again, I can go faster. It's just, you know, I can't go that much faster. I feel like this is only going to get more difficult too. Yeah, that just definitely feels like this game did not have any quality assurance testing or like logic put behind it in terms of the game design. And I don't know, that might not be fair to say. I really don't know. The dev doesn't interact much in the Steam page. He interacts a little bit, but not a huge amount. And yeah, I really have no idea how hard he's worked on this. The other thing is too, is that I just remember there the freezer. If you leave the freezer door open for too long, the freezer breaks. It doesn't really make any sense to me. That was kind of something that bothered me, but compared to some of these other issues I've started to encounter, that's definitely on the lower end for me. We got B1, mini cheese, and mini orange. Okay. Unfortunately, I just feel like I haven't gotten like a good layout for actually getting this to be like a high-speed checkout thing here. Again, I didn't look at that. Mini popcorn and normal orange juice. Also being less efficient here on a couple of these. Like I should have put the orange juice down first because it takes a second to fill. So I do the orange juice first, then fill the popcorn and all that stuff. But I didn't do that this time. Yeah, dark chocolate and water. Okay. I got B3. I also wouldn't mind if people filtered in at a slightly different rate. Everybody basically just lines up and you check everybody out at once. So I wouldn't mind a little bit more variety in the way people filter in just to make it feel a little bit more realistic. It's not, again, the end of the world as far as issues with the game. That's on the smaller end. But it is something I would not mind seeing. This person's going to get angry. Crackers and 3D glasses. So yeah, just imagine, if you will, for a second. Again, I'm gonna just let this person expire out. Oh, that that was a first. That was the first time I've actually had that happen. So yeah, if you don't get people in before the movie starts, they walk out. And yeah, we've already got another crowd. I didn't have time to order or anything here, so it almost makes sense to have a gap in between your movies then. This is pretty frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually very, very upset by that. But yeah, what I was trying to say is, imagine that last one, they had like $19 in popcorn and soda. Now imagine you don't get the $19 because of the cashier. So yeah, we're actually, let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's put this cashier. So I will say the cashier faster than me, right? So like ideally you might want the cashier just because they are faster. But I guess just with the limitations of the game, you really do need to buy the shelves, and you need to go out and have all this stuff. Again, here you can see I've got these couple of drinks just stacked here that I made extra. They're not really intended to grab. Could just come over here, but nope, goes to the other side of the counter so she can reach across the counter to grab it. It's so frustrating to watch this. I Yeah, didn't get popcorn. He wanted a mega caramel, which again was like I think like a $10 thing of popcorn that we just lost money on. Didn't find, again, these people are unhappy. You know, they're not getting their snacks that they wanted. And it affects the popularity, which I guess presumably affects our sales. At this point, though, I really don't know that it does, because everything else in this is made so poorly. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, is that it just didn't affect it. The other thing, do we need to... I guess we're selling for non 3D movie right now. I was sneaking suspicion I need to stock the 3D glasses onto a shelf, even though they're right there. Oh, I'd be really frustrated if that's the case, guys. I mean, I'm already pretty frustrated with the game. We've had people walk out. We've got decorations we can't put up. It's actually absurd. The only guy in here that can actually do his job half decent is the guy cleaning the garbage up and starting the projector. Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to look at this yet. I don't know if this thing's getting used at all. I put that there just so I can try to look at it a little bit better, hopefully. All right, let's put this up. The other thing is you can't actually tell when these boxes are empty. It's the way it's angled. Or what's actually in the box once you pick it up. Actually, that was probably I just threw stuff out there, I think. It's not exactly fair. I mean, you can see what's in the box if you look at the top, but... Could use a little bit more water. You know what? Let's show how bad the stocker is. So again, didn't order anything. I added, well, I actually don't even know if I added them to the cart. I was going to add wires to the cart. There's nothing over here, as you guys can see right now. We have no stock over here. They're going to just hang out here. Okay, well, you ordered popcorn somehow before. You're not going to do that now? All right, well, that's fine. We do need the water. Let's go ahead. Let's... I don't know if we have room for 15 or not. We got boxes right there for you. Is it because I'm standing here watching you? What if I go out of view? Are you gonna do something here? Are you just waiting until I'm out of view so you can spawn in boxes of stuff that I didn't order? Now, if you did want to speed up time, you can come over here and hold down this clock and it will speed up time. Obviously, with that last movie, we couldn't get away with that because it was we actually ran out of time to get people's tickets and stuff. It took us that long with the orders and stuff, which again I could have gone a little bit faster. Yeah, we got a stalker that's not working. Is it a pay issue? Maybe it's a pay issue. I've taken these people off. I've hired them and fired them, and so maybe there's a pay issue here that I need to take care of. Let's see. Nope. It's just still space of water. Still water here. Guys, I really don't want to say anything negative here. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting further away from the mic as I slump back in my chair in defeat. I don't want to say anything bad about this. Like I said, I love the premise. I'm sure that this is probably just one guy developing this, but honestly, as excited as I was for this, I would never recommend this to anybody in the condition it's in. There's so many issues with it. And, especially the game like this, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a pump and dump scheme, Oh, we've got the basics. Put the game out. Run with the money. We've got a bare minimum of a game. Barely functional. Let's dump it and run. And I hope I'm wrong. I'd like to be wrong, but again, can't place down decorations. Employees, don't function with like the basic stuff here. We've got stalkers that aren't stocking. We've got cashiers that ignore like, oh yeah, we don't have that available because they're not capable of grabbing this stuff here unless you pre-make the drinks and stuff. They're not able to spawn. And honestly, like, the game should just say, okay, you're looking for this, and it should really only need to check if these are in stock for like the popcorn. The soda machine has all that stuff. You don't need to reorder the sodas. So it should just say, okay, charge for the cup. Here's your $3 off for the cup or whatever, which is exorbitant, by the way, for a plastic cup. $4.50 for a cup, $3 for a cup, whatever. But it's so frustrating, guys. I'm absolutely frustrated right now with this. Our 3D screen, we can show 3D movies, which is great. I guess we could potentially charge more on the ticket price. Honestly, I think we would have been better off going up to a normal theater, spending the $600 on that instead of the the more popular movie. I kind of screwed up there. That's on me, but I am very, very frustrated with this right now. Let's go ahead. We've got a few minutes until that next session starts, and we're going to do this. So you guys have kind of an idea of how much money I was able to make without even completing a you know, all the customers in line. We'll see if this person gets all the customers in line. So she did sell 3D glasses, and she took them off the shelf. So let's see here. She does physically place any item she sells to the customer onto the counter. So yeah, not selling 3D glasses. Actually, the 3D glasses are gone. Do I need to order 3D glasses somehow? I didn't see that as an option. Did they just disappear? Okay, yeah, so we've got a 3D movie that's showing right now. We don't have 3D glasses anymore, I guess. That's amazing. This game, guys, holy cow. Oh my god, it is freaking terrible right now. I really do hope that the dev has a genuine interest to fix this. I would love to see this game be successful and have all sorts of features. I'd love to see custom movies. I'd love to have functional cashiers that could do the bare minimum job here. I cannot fathom that this is a game that is going to launch in like 2 days from the time of this recording. This goes live on the 27th, and I think I need to very desperately get this video out with very little editing just so I can turn around and get this out as fast as possible to try and dissuade people from purchasing this. I don't think I've ever actually actively tried to stop people from purchasing a product. Normally I'm the guy going, okay, yes, it's not great, but let's give them a chance. And yeah, I say let's give these guys a chance, you know, let's not jump the gun and say this is a scam. I'm fine with that, but I don't know if I've ever actually sat there and been like, yeah, I wouldn't get this product. I would actively avoid this product, and I kind of feel that's the case with this one. It just, the more I play it, the worse it gets. It's just so frustrating. Again, 3D glasses disappeared, gone. Can't sell that product now. As far as I can see, there's no way to restock them. I could be wrong. I don't see it in utility, right? We got a big popcorn machine. We got a bunch of stuff in here. I have another dispenser. I don't know what the point of a second dispenser is because the AI won't use the dispenser that we have. So it's literally just for my own sake, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing there. There's nothing. So there's nothing utility. I don't know why 3D glasses would be in furniture or decoration, but I guess we'll double check just to be sure. Maybe there's a mistake. Yeah, again, we have our movie poster that can't go up. I haven't tried any of this other signage yet. I don't know if any of these other things can be placed. Let's take a look at that. I moved this so I could see, but I didn't really notice if people were using it. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody utilizing the gumball machine at one point, so hopefully that's bringing us an income. I mean, this is placeable, but you can't place it here on the counter, which, I mean, is fine, I guess. It's like the AI area, so you have to place it off to the side, or you have to take like a different counter like this and, you know, put it up. I didn't mean to put it in storage, but yeah, it's not great. And we're making money off of this, I guess. But it is so much less than what we should be making. At least I think we're net positiving. Again, we've got 2 movies showing that we have to buy the rights for, and these movies aren't necessarily cheap. This Terminate one is 650. Um, and then the other one here, this 3D movie, is like 800, wherever that's at. Hmm. Yeah. Guys, watching me like just have a complete breakdown right now is what's going on. We're at 40 minutes here, guys. I think I've probably properly demonstrated like what a mess this is. It's got potential. I will say that. I love the core concept. Actually, you know what? There is one thing I wanted to show off to you guys, and I almost forgot. So before we end the video, let's do that. We've got 43 minutes. We're gonna need to speed up time. Unfortunately, to speed up time, you have to sit here looking at the clock, actually holding down this button, which is not the end of the world, but it could go a little bit faster. I wouldn't necessarily mind that. All right, let's go in here. So these are new clips to me. I will say that, so maybe the clips do vary from movie to movie. But as you can tell, like, we got like a clay and where it's random clips and stuff, and it's like, again, gas station simulator, game about simulating gas stations, managing a gas station. Actual movies. Now, granted, they're old movies. They don't look as good quality-wise as this in terms of like the actual literal quality of the film and everything, but they're coherent stories as opposed to just like random clips. And again, this is the other issue that I've encountered with a bunch of these other films and stuff that they were showing off is it just stops like this has. And again, the other clips for the other movies that I show off are different, so maybe these clips do change from movie to movie. But it just stops like this partway through, and then it's just it continues to play the music, but it's just a JPEG at this point. So here's what I would do. First, I think the first thing that they need to fix the employees. That's probably priority number one in my opinion. It's ridiculous that you have to like pre-make popcorn. You have to like buy the shelves to like pre-make popcorn so that the AI can like go take popcorn that's pre-made on a shelf that's been sitting there for 3 days to give it to a customer. The AI should be able to use this. So the machine, they should be able to use the popcorn machine. They should be able to put the condiments on themselves, and 3D glasses, they should be able to grab that, whatever happened to those. Again, that of itself is a huge issue, that the 3D glasses also seem to have just disappeared, and there's no way of getting those back as best I can tell. So that's priority number one in my book, improving the employees. As far as the stalkers go, again, obviously the stalker is not pulling stuff, maybe because I've fired them and rehired them. Maybe that's why they're not pulling stuff properly. Maybe that bugged out there. I don't know. Actually, apparently they have come back and stocked stuff because, well, I was gone. Crackers were put onto the candy shelf, which was not done by me. Gosh, guys. Yeah, so stalkers, designated shelves, if what should happen, like some of the other games I've played in these simulators, is I come in and basically whatever I put on the shelf first becomes the the designated shelf first. So this bottom shelf, all dark chocolate. That's all. That's all the AI will put on there. Now, if I as a player want to put something else on there, I think that should be fine. But the AI should just basically see whatever the first item that was put on there is and just restock that there. Candy bars, same thing, so on and so forth. This is our cracker shelf. This is our sauce. This is our popcorn. That's what should be happening. It's obviously it's not, but that's what should be happening with the stalker. So yeah, employees are the biggest. Obviously bugs, very big stuff with the 3D glasses disappearing. Not as big of a deal, but the fact that this thing isn't placeable, at least by any logic that I can seem to figure out. It doesn't go inside the movie theater. It doesn't go outside. I have no idea where this poster's supposed to go, but it's not anywhere that I could logically think that it would go. It doesn't go back behind the counter. It doesn't go in the theater on the window, wherever you might want to put it. Stuff like that. Those bugs are huge. Again, it's a game about movie theaters. Movies are the defining feature of this game. That's the part that makes it unique. That's the part that should be focused on. It shouldn't just stop partway through the movie and just continue playing music while it's a still image. Put up fake credits if that's what you want. If that's supposed to be the end of the movie, throw up some fake credits. Just credits to your friends' names, whatever. Something on the screen like that. Ideally, again, it would be an actual movie. They'd extend the movie length out. A movie runs 20 minutes, and it's like a short film. Like a student art film or whatever. Get permission to use that stuff. I'm sure that there is people out there who would love to have their project in a game like this for free that would be willing to do that. Yeah, anyways, guys, I think that's it. I've kind of ragged on this game for close to an hour now, and it's kind of exhausting. It's frustrating because I was genuinely excited for this game when I saw it. And again, I can deal with some of the stuff like the AI art, and I can kind of deal with the movies being less than stellar, but even the stuff that I can go play in every other game, every other one of these simulators, the cashiering stuff, it's all messed up and it's all broken, and it's all worse than every other game I've played in this simulator genre, except for maybe like one other title that I never made a video on, which I'm not even going to bother bringing up. But this is definitely the worst I think I've ever made a video on. Alright guys, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm sorry this wasn't a more upbeat video, but yeah, I don't recommend buying. I do apologize because they did provide me a key, and obviously I feel kind of bad saying, hey, played your game for free, it's garbage, but that's kind of the truth. It's the very, very harsh truth. It's got potential. If they fix the issues, I would love to come back and play this again and definitely rock some time in it and maybe expand out the theater and do something with it. But as of right now, I have a sneaking suspicion I'm never going to play this again after this video, honestly. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you all in the next one.